Not a clue. Whoa, it's the end of the week. Bro basically thinks he's 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗍. This is EveryTrade, Behind the Build, episode 30. So welcome back to another episode of EveryTrade, Behind the Build, episode 30. I think we've actually made about 35 episodes, which is amazing. The views are good, the subscribers are stalling a bit, so I wanted to ask, if you're not subscribed, please just click the subscribe button. It's free of charge, and what it'll do is inspire me to try and keep pumping out good content that hopefully you'll find informative and entertaining. So yes, someone said in last week's episode, bro thinks he's 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗍. So I was wondering, does that mean 𝗕𝗨𝗟 is my dad or my big brother? Either is fine because I don't speak to my dad and I haven't got a big brother. But if he is my dad, he probably owes me a little bit in back pay maintenance. So let's have a chat. Another busy week at EveryTrade. Let's have it. So another short end of the week at EveryTrade. I think that's it now till August. I know a lot of you guys love bank holidays, and I've said this loads of times. I do like it, and I do like spending time with my family, and I actually mowed the lawn at the weekend, which is something I've never actually done before. It was quite therapeutic. However, it just puts a lot of stress on me in the week. So it's been a short week, but we've crammed a lot in. So I'm going to spin you back now to my partner in crime, Mr. Alex Riddick, over at the best bespoke joinery company in the world, probably. Over to you, Alex.
Done a test. There was a gas leak on the riser pipe going up into the top floor.
I've told him he's out of it. Is there anything wrong with asking someone to marry them on a first date?
Some of you may find this quite boring because it's a little bit on the business side, but some of you will probably find it quite interesting.
So welcome back to Preferred Joinery, a nice one, Chris. So inside we're going to show you what's going on today, show you what I've got on for the rest of the week. And last week we showed you the job getting fitted out with all the scaffold, and we showed you the one further down the road which is nearly ready for scaffold, which is what the lads are building inside. So we're going to have a look, see how they're getting on and see what else they're up to today. Oh, so you've just this has been glazed now, hasn't it?
I've just finished glazing this. I'm going to punch all the nails and we'll fill it, and then I'll weigh it then, see what weights we need for it.
So you have to pin all them in one by one, don't you? Put a bit of filler on.
Yeah, and then we'll pass them to Craig then to rub the filler off and then touch them all up then.
So this is for the second house, isn't it?
Number 33 Marmion, yeah.
So this is the second house, as I say, that we showed you last week. That's getting made up now.
They should be in the end of next week then, ready to go for Dave the week after to fit.
How's he getting on there now, Dave?
He's only got.
So they're the rest of them to go out?
I think he's going to be finished, he said, next Monday. So we've only got, what, eight left out of the 24. So he reckons he'll be finished on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he's going to fit them ones in before we jump on the second house.
So what do you do there now?
So right, so that's Phil now.
How are you hooking it on then?
I'll show you now on the meeting rail.
Which one do you want to go on?
Yeah, that'll do, yeah. So that's £44.
Yeah.
So I'll need two 22s.
Two 22s?
Yeah.
So do you all about the same weight normally, or similar weights?
Well, it depends what size the box is really, but once I've got the full list, Carly will be in tomorrow, she can order them all then.
So just glaze, all the units are getting glazed up now, aren't they?
Yeah, we're glazing them all up now. The glass come in this morning, so.
She lives by Alderey Hospital.
Have you seen her yet?
Have I seen her yet?
Yeah.
No, just talking to her. Got a picture of her. Yeah, but I've told him he's out of it. Is there anything wrong with asking someone to marry them on a first date? He's scared of commitments.
How do you know she's real?
What?
How do you know she's real?
Well, I think she is, mate, anyway. She's got a photograph. Right, today we're going to learn how to make the perfect Spanish omelette. Yeah. That's my other show, isn't it?
So what are you up to today then?
So today I'm in the middle of doing these hardwood sashes. I've got to start mortising. Got to bevel the bottom rails.
So was you setting up there then?
Yeah, I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you what I'm doing. Basically, every bottom rail needs to have a bevel on it so it sits onto the sill. That's got a bevel on it. So basically you have to set this to that angle.
It's the planer, isn't it?
Yeah, set that to that angle. So when you run it through, you're going to get the perfect angle. Well, the reason for that, for the bevel being, like, obviously for the water to run off, so when that sash sits into a, that'll sit on the bevel like that, like so. See, that's how it sits. So obviously everything that's square, bottom rail wise, has to be machined to that bevel. Oh yeah. So it fits perfect. This is obviously, this is the inside of the frame, that'll be inside the house, this is the outside, so any excess water will just run off that.
So you've just set the machine there
so
then?
I have to set this up now to get that particular bevel, so I've got to keep doing it until I'm happy that that sits into there. Obviously it doesn't sit at the moment because it's too big, but once it's beveled, it should slot straight into there, and then there's your angle, which I'll show you now. Ladies and gentlemen, will fit into there like so.
So you had to keep doing it each time?
Yeah. Well, actually, it's just took a few goes to get it set, but now it is set. Everything can run through it, that setting, because I know now it'll fit perfect. Once I've haunched it, it'll fit perfect.
So then you're just going to go through mortar saw them down?
I've got to mortar saw these now, bevel all the bottom rails, and then obviously get them together dry and then run them down there, and then the kids can glue them up then. I'm too good to do this. I can't glue up, too expensive.
Devo's saying upstairs there, once he's finished all his bits, doing all his mortaring, he sends it down here for the kids to glue up, he said.
Oh, the kids, yeah.
He's
got his bus pass, him now.
He's calling you the kids down here.
All us the kids, we'll take that all day, won't we?
So down here we're just glazing, aren't we?
Yeah, we're just glazing for the next house. These are all the boxes, they're all kitted out, draft strip, pulley wheels. And then once it's done, once Craig's finished with it, we're just going to start kitting it out, me, Richard and...
Oh yeah, but you put all the weight on again, don't you?
Yeah.
Tie it all up and then put the ply on the sides.
Ply in, and the dividers for the weight, so the weight's done.
Because we've seen them carrying up the stairs, heavy.
Well, it's always asked for them. We all ask them all the time, do you want to leave them out, it's easier. He goes, no, put them in, but it's got freak strength, Dave.
I know, yeah. Because I don't know, because you could just fit them on site, couldn't you, really?
Yeah, it is easier. It saves us putting them in as well.
But yeah, so they're all more or less boxed then, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, yeah.
So it's just the sashes getting glazed and that's it?
Sashes getting glazed, they should be done today. Sashes glazed, and just Craig's just clearing all the filler off the pinholes and painting them up again.
Is that what normally happens then? So you'll glaze them up here then, same with Richard there?
Yeah, we'll weigh them.
Stack them in the middle.
And then
Craig will
clean them up and
finish them all off.
They'll be ready to go in.
And then stack them ready to build them up again, yeah?
Yeah. We put all the fasteners on them. It's easier to put them on before they're glazed. So it's just basic.
There's nothing else going on, it's just fasteners, that's
fasteners, on the top sash, it's easier to get on.
Oh yeah.
Without the glassing.
It's mad seeing a prime finish though, isn't it?
They've got their own painters on this job.
No, because what we say sometimes is if you don't want us to fully paint it, at least get it undercoated.
Yeah.
Because it just finishes off a little bit better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially on the insides. So they're the ones from last week that you've seen that we're holding up with the big thick hardwood timber. Nice windows them, aren't they? Really nice. So you can see it's going to have the black and white effect there, the little stays. But really nice windows them. Really nice when they go in. But this the ones that are getting the white and the black contrast on them that we spoke about last week. And I think there's the second one there. But you want to feel the weight of them, how heavy they are. And because they were matching in with the existing, the depth of it inside is big, but the decent windows then, a few quid. The timber alone on them is expensive just to buy it in. So that's it for today in Preferred Joinery. And you know what, someone mentioned in the comments about the weeds outside, I quite like them. Starting to grow like a bit of a garden out here now, but no, in all seriousness, because we're going through a little back and forth with the freeholder to get the new lease signed up, they're actually the current lease that we're on, their contract is to maintain the external part of the building and this, so just being us, be a bit petty. That's why we haven't done them, but we want to rip them out and get rid of them. Like, don't you worry, we want to do it. So once we sign a new lease, I think we're just going to do it ourselves and really going forward. But for now, I was still bargaining with them over a few of the things. They're staying there for now, so you have to keep watching them on YouTube. But yeah, so good little week this week. A few bits going through. 𝗕𝗨 being the main man as a character again, coming through, making a Spanish omelette for you. But Mick's just turned up now as well. He's laughing at me. I'm walking through, but I'm going to hand you back over to Manchester now anyway, and they're going to take it from here.
I think it's safe to say that 𝗕𝗨 is becoming a bit of a star there at Preferred. We're thinking about giving him his own little channel, or can you guys help us find him a girlfriend? I don't think he needs the help, but for some reason he's not having much luck in the dating game. So if you're single in the Liverpool area and you like the look of our 𝗕𝗨, drop a comment below. Over in the real world, at Project Cranbourne, Matt Gratty, our world famous roofing, joiner, everything guy, such a top guy, been with us now for about 7 years, he's cracking on with the roof structure. A few weeks ago, I told you that Alex and I are setting up a letting agents. Based in Liverpool, we've got an amazing site there. We're going to be opening a shop. We're really happy with the actual location of the shop. We've also recruited an amazing property manager who's going to run the whole operation for us, Lindsay. So we're really looking forward to that. If you're in the Liverpool area, or even if you're in London, anywhere, and you've got property in Liverpool or Manchester that you want tenant finding and managing, give us a shout, because we're going to offer you guys a royal treatment. We're going to run it how we run our own stuff, and honestly, we've had 5 years experience now. We believe we know how to make that industry even sharper. So let's go and have a look now at how the shop is coming on over at Project Greenbank.
So welcome back to Liverpool, and we are now with Christian again, our main man. All the concrete's been done now from last week, hasn't it?
Yes, nice and dry, being roofed in, so ready for do some serious.
It's already dirty again because we've ripped the ceiling out. So basically what we were going to do is we were going to keep the existing ceiling and leave all the existing plastering just to add for a bit of soundproof and stuff, because we were going to put our own one below, but we just decided to pull it out now, haven't we? We should have really pulled that out in all fairness before, but...
Yeah, we thought it's a fireboard basically, but we seen it after, not a fireboard.
Yeah, because in the existing bit, it's all been done. It's double fireboarded and double soundboarded. So we're going to leave that one and we're going to take a channel out, because we've got to get the waste from upstairs down, and we're going to do all that work beforehand, because basically upstairs has got tenants in living. They don't move until the end of June. So we can't start upstairs. But what we're going to do is we're going to put all the waste and soil pipes in initially, and then we're going to put another ceiling below, as I say, because we're putting aircon units in. So we need to create a void. Even though there's a void above that, it's not deep enough for the soil stack as it's come through. So for now, we're waiting for the skip to come, which is due any minute, isn't it?
Yes, anytime turn up now.
Weather's bad outside, and we're going to get rid of this. There's a pile in the back that we're getting rid of. because we need to make some space to get some materials there, don't we, from out of the sites?
Yes, so whatever we got inside now and usable stuff, we need to move outside. Then be able to set up the proper site now, timber works and plaster boards, whatever we need, be able to storage inside.
Definitely we have on properties that we do is for space, so like you have all this material that's needed, so we're going to need bits of that for this job and bits for another job that's not started yet. And we've got storage sites, but they're all full, like containers. How many containers you got that are full with all the gear? I mean,
I think we cover Liverpool.
So like we've got stuff in places, but these things we need, so having to logistically move it around as and when we need to. The roof that we built here, all this timber was off Adelaide, Project Adelaide that you've seen, so the floors that we put in there, that's just leftover timber there that we kept hold of, or Christine's kept hold of, and we've used it on there, haven't we? So it didn't cost us anything.
All that we bought, just the fairing timbers and
OSB.
And the OSBs.
Yeah. So, you know, a couple of £100 there, that would have just probably been lashed in the skip or given away or whatever that we've saved. So yeah, so next on here then really is now final clean down. Stud work's going to come this week. Stud out, the layout, which I'll talk about probably next week or the week after. We just want it in, how it's going to work. And then get the M&E lads in, and that's it really, isn't it? The shop front's been measured up now. For the new shop front, you can see from this angle, the layout, because last week when you seen, you could only see here. But as what we're going to do is when you come in, that whole front will be open, it'll be all glass, and there'll be a glass door in the middle. The door on the left that you can see, which is the entrance in now, will be blocked off, so you can see the existing layout the way it is. There was just always one door that was shared, so the main door was shared for the upstairs HMO, which is a 4-bed, and the existing shop. So we're obviously doing away with that, and this door for the flat is going to go there. It's be a composite door on line with the new shop front, and then it'll be a wall that'll be squared off coming in, so you just go straight up and down. So we've still got work to do, so we're going to obviously we'll probably put this existing door on, won't we?
Yes.
On the front when we build a new shop front, because we're going to be coming up and down with loads of waste and material, so it'll get knocked and battered. Another thing you need to do as well when you're doing a HMO, you need to have, or even a flat, you want to have the electrical board inside their space with the fire alarm. So if they set the fire alarm off, they need to be able to come down and control it or silence it or whatever. If they set a separate electrical circuit, they need to come down and be able to turn it back on and off. Whereas at the moment it's all downstairs, so if anything goes, you've got to contact us to get in. So you need to keep that separation. The fire alarm will all be linked together, so if there's a fire in there, it'll still set the whole building off. So you can see there as well the water and the gas, everything's down here. So their water, that's the water for upstairs as well, isn't it?
Yes, that's a main feed, 28 metre pipe.
So where's that one going there? That's coming in, isn't it?
There.
And then that's the meter there in the wall?
Yes, separate meter, yes, for the tenants.
So you know you might just have to do, because we're going to be in here anyway, managing it, as a managing agent. We'll just leave the gas and the electric down here, the meters, but put the panels and all that upstairs still for them. Might just have to move that meter there, because it's in the hallway, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're just trying to work out the meter situation now. So the water meter, the way it's been situated, there's literally, as you walk down to the basement, it's on the wall, and because it's a big housing that's needed for it, it's just going to be in the way. So we're going to have to try and get that moved to a better location, probably in that same cupboard there with the gas. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because the pipe comes that way anyway, so there's no reason why you can't just go on there.
We make bigger about the void for the access.
Yeah, probably make that a bit bigger.
And it's work.
The electric can stay where it is then, can't it?
That's fine. Yeah, because we got a separate feed
going through
there in the black one.
That's it. So that'll just stay in there?
Yeah, that'll stay. And Kevin just connected the new.
Just a thing to touch on there. So obviously we're going to set up the lettings and the sales upstairs. And we've already started telling people now that we're doing it. Obviously we're doing it for other people, because up until this point we've always just managed our own properties. So all our student stock and all our residential properties that me and Chris have bought over the years, we built up Emperor lettings literally just to manage them and manage our own stock, because the service used to get off other agents wasn't the best, and we were doing everything ourselves anyway. So we set up Emperor lettings, ran it all ourselves through our own separate limited company. So it's a standalone SPV. But since then, because we've got to a point whereby, we offer a good service to ourselves, we believe we do, let's not do it for other people. So that's why we're setting up Emperor lettings or sales and lettings, and we're going to do sales and lettings for other people. So if anyone's watching on YouTube and you're looking for your property to be rented out, or you're looking for a new managing agent, or you're not happy with the service you're getting, or you're looking to sell a property within the Northwest, come and speak to us. because that's what we're going into now. And as I say, we've already had 2 people that we've done a 10 and 5 for someone, which was last week, and Lindsay's dealt with that one. We're quite efficient, to be fair. Found the tenants quite quick, filled them, got them in, and they were in within a week. So that landlord's very happy. Done them a good deal as well, because they're one of the first ones. We've also got another one who wants us to do a full management service on their property. They're just doing a little bit of maintenance themselves. We've got the cleaners going in on Thursday to get marketing photos for Friday to put it on Rightmove next week. So we should get that rented out quite quick for them as well, and that's, as I say, on a full management basis. That's we'll manage that ongoing for them for the foreseeable future. And they've got a couple of other properties as well that they want to hand over. So as I say, anyone who's looking to get into it or looking to get the properties managed by anyone, come and speak to us, because we can offer a good service. And as I say, if you are one of the first ones coming into us now, we're giving deals out, especially on the sales side. I think the sales side we're doing £995 per sale for the first 10. So the first 10 people who come to us to sell their property, no matter the value, it's £995. So give us a shout anyway if you want to message on Instagram, Facebook, or in the comments. We'll come back to you. The shop front, as I say, when you walk in, rather than having people come straight up to your desk, because the first desk will probably be situated around here, and that first person's always going to be getting hit by the people coming in and out. We're going to build 2 divides, or maybe 1 divide, I don't know yet, but essentially be like a divide, and we've built them before on our student properties. And it's just like a design wall that you can still see through, built out of timber, painted and stuff. But it just gives that people the effect of not passing through. And then we're going to put a bit of a counter on an angle, so people have got somewhere to stand and wait. So they'll come in, stand, wait to be seen to, and then that door won't be there. And we wait to put like a bit of a chaise lounge there, and a chaise lounge the other side, so there's a bit of a seating area. So if people are seen to, they can wait, or they can be directed to downstairs into the meeting room, because as I say, because it is a small space, we are going to have desks laid out. We'll probably have a bit of a feature wall there with maybe the logo or something on there, don't know yet, to make it look nice when you come in. And then that wall will be like the information wall, in terms of it'll have screens on telling the office staff information about what's going on outside in the properties, day-to-day runnings of lettings and sales, and where we're up to across certain stuff. So the layout itself, trying to get it right, is tight. Even getting the desk in is going to be tight to make the walkway still feel okay. But yet, so the front bit there, that's how we're going to try and jig that round to make it work. So that's it for today in Liverpool. I'm going to hand you back over to Manchester, because me and Kristen have got a few more things to deal with and get sorted on there. But as I say, if you are looking for any lettings or sales, come and give us a shout, and we'll see what we can do for you. We'll try and sort the best deal possible. But back over to you, Manchester.
So that's it for Thursday. Honestly, I've packed so much into this day. It feels like it's gone in about 10 minutes, but that's just the way it goes in these short weeks. Back tomorrow for another entertaining day at EveryTrade HQ. Good morning, it's Friday, and I have got about 64 days worth of work to do in one day, but I feel like I'm up to it. Let's get started. Dale, I've told you about before, is getting to grips with our wet belt issue. And I also know a lot of you guys have got the same issue, because loads of you have messaged us asking how much we will charge to sort your wet belts. So I think the point is, if you've got a Transit custom that is manufactured 2017 and beyond, you need to look at getting your wet belt changed when you've done about 60,000 miles. Although one of the inquiries we've had, his has done about 40,000 miles, and he's got telltale signs of a wet belt issue. Dale is finally getting to grips with our first one. We've got 2 more to go. Let's take a look. Over to you, Big Dale.
So here we are. This is the wet belt. Well, this is the wet belt here that we need to replace. We've got the locking kit in, so we've got the crank locking kit in. And if you look up there, we have got the cam locking kit. So it's all locked off. Just need to take the tensioner off, and we'll be able to put the new belt on. I've got a new oil pump to put on. But yeah, we should be getting this done today. Great stuff. Hello, I'm back. So, end of the day, I've virtually got this done. Just got to torque up the crank pulley. There's a big procedure you have to do to get this right. But yeah, everything's on, everything's sealed. I've got to give it a day for all the sealant to go off, all genuine Ford stuff. So then we can get the water in it and get the oil in it. So yeah, I'm going to talk you through now the procedure of tightening up this crank pulley. And yeah, it's a big step. It's a big step. So basically, I don't know if you'll understand this, but you have to start off with smaller Newton meters and with several different degrees of angle. You have to loosen it, you have to tighten it. But yeah, we will get through it and show you roughly what needs to be done to get this crank pulley on. So that crank pulley now is fully set up, fully torqued up to the Ford genuine specs. So we'll have to build the rest of it back up and get all the fluids and everything it needs in after a day, because I have to let all the sealant set, and we'll get it all filled back up with fluid and it'll be all finished and done. So we'll see that soon.
Oh, right up my arse. So, well done, Dale. What a guy he is, what an asset he is. We love having him here, and I really, really want to build up that side of the business even more, to the point where maybe we're going to have about 20 mechanics. Might even give Quick Fit and Halfords a run for the money. That's how stupid and how stupidly ambitious we are. So there you go. Back in the real world of being a property developer, everyone thinks that property developers, it's an amazing life, you've got passive income, you don't get any stress. However, if you are in property, you'll realise that it doesn't come without its stresses. We've got a development there, basically done, dusted, ready for tenants, beautiful. Hopefully you guys will think we've done a good job. However, we can't move tenants in for a reason that Alex is going to explain now.
Thanks, Chris. So yeah, welcome back to Liverpool, and you'll remember this one where I was talking about the gas issue that we had, about gas getting capped off outside, and where I'm standing is where Caden were actually working. Now you can see Caden's actually working in the street now, doing an upgrade. And what's happened now is they're saying we need to have a gas pipe that are external, on the external building, right the way up into the 2 flats. And I'm still no further on with what I'm dealing with. Absolute nightmare. Upstairs is done, middle floor's done, so we're ready for tenants, but we've got no gas. And I've been on the phone nearly every day trying to sort it out. I've had Caden out a couple of times, and now I'm being told it'll be up to 8 grand to get the gas put back on inside. And I'll tell you properly in a minute why when we get inside. It's a bit quieter, but not looking good. The master keys are all being put on now. Bit of a repair work done on the door. We kept the existing door on this one because it's a nice feature. Another thing that is on order is our Emperor mat. We always put like an Emperor logo door mat in, so when you come into the property, you know you're in this sort of Emperor property, and they're on order, and they're coming either back into this week or next week now. All the little final snags are finished. Just need to get the mastic man in to mastic around, and then get the cleaners in to clean it down. But looking around now, it looks good, to be fair. Everything looks finished off. But yeah, the gas issue. So this building already had gas on the top floor flat. The flat upstairs was already an existing flat, a 3-bedroom flat, had a meter, looked no different than any other meter. And we moved the shop tenant in downstairs for the first time a couple of weeks back now. She opened the cupboard, she could smell a bit of gas. She contacted Cadence, said she could smell gas, which is the gas line on your phone when you can, in the event of smelling gas. They come out to the building, done a test. There was a gas leak on the riser pipe going up into the top floor, and because the meter on the very, very top floor is unregistered meter, so meaning it had no supplier with it, and it wasn't registered with any supplier, Caden then capped the gas off outside, so they sent a dig team, dug the ground, cut the gas off, so the whole building had no gas. So then I was obviously getting informed of this as it was happening. I come out because they're all trying to get in, get a locksmith to get in the flats to break in to see if the gas was leaking upstairs, which it wasn't. I came down, made sure they didn't break the locks, and then as I was speaking with them, they said we've had to cap it off, XYZ, need to speak to these people. So up until today, I've been dealing with this nearly every single day. And now what I'm told is, I've got no choice but to pay to have new gas put in the building. So even though we've bought the building with gas in here, I've now got to pay to get it put back in. So as I say, when we done the viewing, we done everything. We thought it's got gas, it's got electric, it's got everything. We don't need to deal with anything there. That's why we've got everything finished, ready off to move the tenants in. Yeah, the meter might have been unregistered. We probably would have picked it up when the tenants moved in and registered to pay the bills. They probably just would have registered it to get round it. But, you know, now we've got no gas. So what they're saying to me is it could cost up to £8,000 to get this done because it's a non-standard connection, which means it's over 2 floors or it's a bit not normal. So when you have a standard connection, it's just a meter low down, what you see on a new build property. That's a standard connection. Probably cost you 500 quid. I think it is now 550 for that. A non-standard connection is £660 for a survey. So you have to pay £660 just for them to survey it. They come out, and they come out last week to give me a price for it. And he was trying to tell me I had to have a lane closure. So they were saying, you're going to have to pay for a lane closure because the vans. So when I'm standing there with the guy, I pointed to him on the other side of the road and said, when I was here a couple of weeks back, your guys were upgrading the pipework in the street that you had to do yourselves for whatever reason. You had no lane closure and you're working on the side of the road, so close to it. But yeah, I think we've got it on video now, probably be to B-roll it. But you had no road closure there, but yeah, we've got to have a road closure. Like, so then we were back and forth. Then I'm saying you don't need a lane closure anymore, but then you need scaffold. Then he's saying there's 3 there, so you can't do the scaffold. So I was like, oh, let's get a cherry picker because we've got to get a cherry picker for the rest of the building. Probably cost you £500 for the day. Put that in, okay, we'll go for that. So we were back and forth, and I'm still waiting for the final price. But as I say, I've been told to anticipate anything up to 8k to get this gas back on in here. So we've got the speakers and all that are on now as well. Yeah. We always try and put in, speakers in all our properties, to be honest with you, and on this one we've done the same. Even though this is just a normal rented flat, not a HMO, we thought we'd put them in, because it's got aircon as well, which is already existing. We've put an intercom system in, which is on the wall there. So that when someone phones downstairs, it'll come up on the screen and you can answer the phone and stuff and speak to them, open the door from here without having to go down. Them cables there are for the aircon. We need to just put the screens back on the wall, but they've been lost throughout the build, so I've got to buy new ones. This is one of my pet hates that. Toilet's all box now, just needs a little bit of cleaning down there. The niche light was waiting to get done. Yeah, the niche is on now. So then, as I say, Christian said it's all box now, all the final snag work, and looks like it is. Everything's finished there now, ready. So as I say, we could have been ready for tenants weeks ago, but because this issue's happened with the gas, we've just done nothing on here really. We've just done bits as and when people have gone free off other jobs, or we've had to stand lads down. We've just brought them over here and said carry on with bits and bobs there, and as I say, there's nothing else for them to carry on with now other than putting them 2 screens on for the aircon units, get the mastic man in to just mastic off and then clean down. We're done in here, finished. Could have tenants in, and we could even market it, but there's pointless even putting on the market at the moment because I know what'll happen is we'll have a tenant who'll come and view it. They'll want to move in straight away or quite quickly, and we don't know how long it's going to be. As I say with Kane, so once this price is sent over and we agree, they've then said it could be 8 to 10 weeks before they'll come out to site and then do the install. So, you know, I'm hoping we get the price back this week so we can agree what the cost is. If you say yeah and pay it, then, you know, it's another 8 to 10 weeks before they'll even come out and fit it, which is a nightmare. So that's to say, all this time we're paying a bridging loan, which is a high bridging loan. I think we're paying about £2,500 for this building. Yeah, the shop downstairs are paying £1,100 a month at the minute, so they're contributing towards it, but the rest of it's still sitting. We're still paying all the gas and lecky. Actually, we're not paying gas because they've got no gas. We're paying the electric, we're paying the council tax, paying the water bill, still paying all these bills, and it's just sitting here empty. There's nothing we can do. I'm waiting to refinance the property. It's actually going through the process of being refinanced, and the valuer is asking me when we can come out and come and see it, and I'm trying to delay it as much as we can now. Now we've got the offer agreed with the lender, and the value wants to come out. I'm trying to just park them up because I want to try and get a tenant lined up at least, or have someone in the process of becoming a tenant, so I can say, look, that's the rent we've achieved for this one and all the upstairs rooms, and this is what we think it's worth, rather than showing them now, because it does value it based on vacant possession, which will be a lower value, so it's not worth getting them out just yet. So it's a ticking game really. We're just waiting again. You're always waiting for something with property, and then when this money's done, we've already got this money assigned for another deal. So we need this deal to happen We needed to refinance and be done so we can get on the next one. So property's just a slow burn. And when you have these hurdles like this, dealing with the gas, it's an absolute nightmare. It can ruin your whole pipeline of deals just because of one issue, with, like what we were saying. But yeah, so let's go and have a look upstairs anyway. So then to get into the top floor flat, what we did is we've done it so that each flat has its own separate entrance, because that one that you've just been into then, that was an existing office space that. So that was shared with the downstairs commercial unit. So we separated the commercial unit on its own, so it's its own separate entity altogether. So the tenant for that just goes in and out the front. And then we segregated the back door. So this door, which is the back door for the commercial unit, is now the front door for the middle floor flat. And it's all separate. So you've got the ground floor commercial, middle floor flat, and then the top floor flat. But the top floor flat, it's got its own like backyard. This was its own entrance anyway. But you could also get into the middle floor as well. That makes sense, this way up the stairs. We've also blocked that off. But there's our little intercom system there, so you'd push that button, it'd speak on the camera, you could be seen upstairs, same for that flat. So this got a nice space, bit of a dumping site at the minute. We're just waiting for a couple of skips to come to clear out. And as I say, there's a bit of timber there that we're going to use on one of the other jobs, which we need to shift across. And the rip out buckets that we use to fill the skips, they need to be moved. But what we're going to do out here is just put like a bit of a bench, a little sitting area for people to come and sit out, because it is a 4-bed HMO upstairs. This will be a shared communal area for them. We need to paint the back gate, do the few little bits in the little roof that we've put on there. But Christine's put the flags back down now, which you can see. And just tidy it up a bit, obviously get all the stuff out first and clear down. But as I say, because the stuff's happened with the gas, and I know we're going to have another 8 to 10 weeks before we've even got gas on and tenants in here, we're just doing this as and when now, rather than put a load of bodies on here just to get it done. It's literally just going to be a hospital job for now. So all the furniture's in as well now, as you can see. Just need the telly to come, but I haven't just laid off ordering for now because it's pointless them sitting here. Just be a risk having them sat in. But yeah, all the beds are in. Nice beds from our lovely company at Landlord Furniture. Use the same style furniture we used last time on the other job on ep030, which are like professional type range. Actually quite like it, to be honest. I don't know whether to do the same again on Project Albert, because we haven't picked the colour scheme for the furniture yet. The measurements have been done, sent across, just haven't picked the final designs yet. But looking good anyway, looking good. Bathroom's all boxed now. Just needs the master plan again in. Yeah, so it's another nice room, just little bits of touching up there. So around the sockets and the switches, just needs a little bit more filler there and sanding and thinking. Now that the light's been put on the wall, you can just see it, and it's proper pet hate of mine that. Just doesn't look nice. And when Niall behind the camera always gets the videos and photos, and I watch them back to our promo videos, I straight away look at them sockets and think there's marks on them. So I need to get them sorted, especially when the light don't shine tonight. But we always go for these headboards now, a little bit oversized, a little bit bigger. Actually wanted them to be bigger in here, but because this is on the top floor, getting the actual headboard up the stairs and in, it was too tight, so we had to work with that measurement. And then inside, I don't know why them chairs are there, because them chairs are for the bedrooms, not for there, so don't think they're for there. I don't know why they put them there like that. But yeah, we get stools to go here, breakfast bar stools. But yeah, it's looking good, sound, all the couches in. I've just got the telly to go on, and there's this gas meter. I'm going to show you now. So there's the gas meter. You can see it even says 1B, which is like written by someone else. How dirty the meter is. You can see the governor, how dirty it is. It hasn't been touched on the valve. People might be asking, like, how could you get around it, or how could you prevent it from happening in the future? And this is what I've been asking myself is, so what you're meant to do is really is, if you come and do a viewing on a property, yeah, you always check that there's got gas and electric, and what the meters are like. Is it prepaid? Is it credit meters and stuff like that? Where is everything located? Has it got all the services it needs? Once it's got that, you then should go home and log on to the internet and see if you can find, by checking on who is my supplier, who is the supplier for the building, to see if it's got one. If I would have went on at the time, I would have seen that it didn't have one registered for the gas. It's got one for the electric, but the gas is separate. So the electric supplies the whole building, which it always has done, but the gas is separate, but it's never ever had one. So here's the irony of it. Now we're getting told what we're going to pay could be up to 8k to get this done. The whole building, the only gas that was needed was for this floor and the floor below. The shop tenant didn't need any gas, so she wasn't required of any gas. If she would have phoned us, or say for instance one of us would have seen the gas was only a small leak, we would have isolated it at the valve to stop any more gas from passing up into the pipes. And then we could have went on, it's always easy in hindsight, we could have went on, registered that meter with British Gas or with Octopus or with anyone. Then once it's registered, a couple of days later, then phone Cadence and said, we can smell gas, turn the gas valve on back downstairs, they come out, test it, they can smell the gas. They would have repaired or installed new pipes up and in for free, no cost to us. But because that meter was unregistered, they dug it out in the street and now we have to pay for a new connection. So going back, if we could go back in time, that's what we would have done, and we would have got it done for free. But we are where we are. But yeah, positive news. It's all done in here now, apart from TV. That is there is the thermostat to go in, which is in mine. We use Inspire all the time, which all our properties are connected on one system, so I can log on my phone, or anyone in the office can. If the tenant's got an issue with the heating, or it's not coming on for them, or it's too hot, or they can't turn it off, we can go on our phones or computer and we can control it from wherever we are. And we always put them in all the HMOs, and they're called Inspire them. But they've actually brought out a new range, which is what we've been waiting for, and it's actually come. It's actually been delivered last week, so we can fit that as well. But as I say, we can fit it, but we can't use it. We've got no gas. The tumble dryer that you can see down here is not going there, it's going upstairs. So you can see the bed's in now as well in this one. So as I said, it was a little bit tight. This is a full double bed. One's downstairs are just 4-foot beds. But on here, with it being a bit of a bigger room with its own kitchen, we've put a double bed in. Now you've got a little bit of a tight head space there, but it is only for a single person really. Shouldn't have two people staying in here. But the potential is two people may stay in here. You may have people staying over. But it still works, still a bit tight. Not as what I anticipated at the start. I was hoping that was going to be up here, but we had the problem with the floor we had to get round. But it has got a nice large size bathroom in this one. The switch, little mistake there, you can see. Switch is on the wrong side, should have been there. So from whatever's happened there, do not know why, but the switch should have been there. And now it's too late to move it, so it's staying there forever. This is another thing doing me head in. And then a little kitchen area, so we've got a integrated microwave going in there. We'll have a little small fridge with a freezer compartment inside, so you can literally you can store whatever you need to store in there, and you can be self-sufficient up there. You don't need to go downstairs. You'll have a microwave there, and it'll have a toaster and kettle. Another little thing we've got to get around is the wardrobe situation because of the angles. We've got loads of storage inside in there, which you can see the lads have been making little hangers for them to store stuff. You're able to walk in, it's a bit of a crouching down, but we're also going to build an open wardrobe there. So we've asked our friends at Landlord Furniture to provide us with the same colour carcass as what you can see here in certain sizes, and we're going to make our own there. Nothing spectacular, just standard uprights, a little bit of a shelf and 2 clothes rails just so you can put your clothes on. The telly itself will sit on here. We couldn't fit it in there. Normally I like to put them on the walls, but because of the size of it being a 42, it's too tight. It was too tight to get the door in as well. So it's going to sit on there instead, which is something I've never done before either, but all the points are behind there. So yeah, sorry to go off a bit negative there about this issue with the gas, but we're all done for today here in Liverpool. And I'm going to hand you back over to Manchester. And over there now, we're really pushed on quite good. There's a few little bits that need tying up, but as I say, we've got loads of time now to deal with it. Get a few things finished off inside, get the outside finished off, and then we're getting Niall behind the camera to come back and do our final showcase once it's finished upstairs. We may even get a little bit downstairs, but mainly upstairs for the HMO. We get like a little bit of a showcase video for that. So we'll stay tuned for that when it gets made. But for now, I'm going to pass you back to Manchester, and Chris will take it from here.
It's been so busy, I've been a bad YouTuber today, and we're on the bears because it's nearly the end of Friday. However, I've been meaning to speak to you guys about something for a while. Some of you may find this quite boring because it's a little bit on the business side, but some of you will probably find it quite interesting. And I thought I'd draw out, or I say draw out, I'll get my very own Carol Vorderman here, pensman, Hollywood, what do you call it? Penmanship.
Yeah.
KTM's penmanship. He's got very neat writing. Are you left-handed?
Right-handed. You're going to see it unfold here, so you can't really lie. They're going to witness how bad it is.
So yeah, and Andy knows how to spell the name of our companies. Yeah. So I thought I'd just show you guys how our group of companies is set out, and maybe talk a little bit about our vision going forward, and try and maybe get some of your input. So at the top of our group structure, we've got a company called EveryGroup. And obviously, EveryGroup is the holding company, sat right at the top, does nothing other than sit at the top of our tree of companies. Let's have a look. That is a little bit big, and I thought you'd actually write it.
Is it?
Yeah, but this will unfold shortly. So here, this is where mine and Alex's income, Alex and I own 50% each of that, yeah. And this is where our income comes from, our dividends come from, everything goes up the tree to that. Below that, we've got EveryTrade, which is actually called TDG. So write TDG, but no, EveryTrade's good. TDG Contracts Limited. So that's the name of our construction arm, this, what it's all about. EveryTrade came from the fact that I thought TDG Contracts Limited was a bit boring for social media. But, you know, it's obviously worked out quite well because everybody knows EveryTrade. So that is our construction company. I think you've done that too big. Pass it here, please.
Is that visible?
No, I was going to show you something here. And by the way, if you see my bald patch, someone mentioned that I'm going bald, and that's just sat my barber. That hurt my feelings a little bit. It is a double crown.
Was that on a comment now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, feel better.
You've had that a while.
I have, haven't I? How long have you known me for now? Like
20 odd years.
And I'm not saying I've been at it that long, but I've had it for a while, haven't I? So yeah. Anyway, so I try and get Hollywood to not show it. So that's that, right? So back to you, KTM. Under that as well, we have our heating and plumbing company called EveryHeat. Why you put, EveryHeat. So yeah, that's a good idea. You can stagger it a bit, yeah. EveryHeat. Just gotta get a quick drink because it's thirsty work, this. Hollywood, your arm is gonna ache. EveryHeat. So that's our heating and plumbing company. That's the company that KTM and I set up years ago. Long story short, KTM.
2017.
Yeah, KTM hasn't got any shares in that now. We bought it off him for about £12 million, something.
I think it was 15, wasn't it? You still owe me 3. You've given me 12, you short paid me.
Oh, right, okay, we'll box it off after this.
You've reminded me about that.
Yeah.
Could do with that.
We've also got a company called EveryBuild Cheshire. So why do you put EBC? EveryBuild Cheshire. That was a franchise that I sold to someone. They operated it for about 4 years, did really well, and then decided that they wanted to do other things, and then basically we bought it back and rolled it back into, but that's still a trading company because it does a little bit of business. Then we have got EveryHQ. EveryHQ. EveryHQ is a special purpose vehicle that we set up, so an SPV as we call them, to acquire the yard that we own over there that Alex and I are going to develop. We also will use that to buy any other bits of land that we come across should we want to do that. Essentially, that's a property company. It doesn't really trade, it just owns the properties that Alex and I have got that are related to this group, not our properties. More about that in a minute. One more. Oh, what is that now? I think that might be it. I think that might be it. That's it for that. But no, carry on. This is not going to be a wasted line. Draw a bigger line.
Every D&B?
No, that's different. I'll explain about it now. Right. So then the whole Emperor group of companies, Alex and I own that separately. And the reason we do that because they're not really related to the core group of companies. And we have special purpose vehicles set up to own our separate portfolios of company. Again, Alex and I own 50% of that each. So the reason why we've got another line here is because Alex and I want to add more companies to the group of companies. So I'm thinking, do we add, and I'd be interested to get your guys' opinion, do we add every autos? So yeah, do we add that to the group of companies? That is something that Alex and I are discussing. One thing that we're missing, lid's gone. One thing we're missing from this little section here is some kind of builders merchants. Now we've got the grab and aggregate side that currently goes through there. Go on, KTM, you're really developing. How are you getting into this? He has actually got a business degree as well. How's that gone for you?
Very well, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I use loads of it.
About £50 million worth of debt just to work for me. Brilliant.
I bought my assignments off eBay.
You can actually do
well,
that. So we haven't got a merchant or anything like that. So we might add a little line, please, here, KTM. A merchant. Do you guys think that would be a good addition to our group? I know a lot of you guys will say, oh, you're really spreading yourselves too thin, you're doing too much, but we're really ambitious. Before we had any of this, it was nothing. People said to me, why are you setting up a builders? Because every van on the road is a builder. However, I just thought we could add something different. I also own something with my lovely wife, Rachel, an architectural business, and that is what I talked about previously, where the architectural side of the business, we run that through there, and then it works with EveryTrade to offer the architectural side. We've also got other bits and pieces, but I'm pretty drained now and I need another drink. Have a drink, KTM, because you've got to go in a minute.
I know.
So yeah, that is essentially a group structure. And another good thing about having a group structure of companies is that you can move funds about no problem. So let's say EveryTrade is a bit tight on cash flow, EveryHeat can loan money. Vice versa, there's no tax implication, it's quite easy, you can iron it out in your accounts, you can also pay it back, no problem at all. And we've utilised that a lot, and that has basically given us the confidence to grow these companies. So if any of these trading companies are short or have got a cash flow issue, we can move money about. Let us know what, and I genuinely want and I value your input, because some guy wrote a comment from Australia about how we should develop out the mechanical side of the business. Honestly, I've screenshot it. It's amazing, basically, how to. I love it, and it's given me so many good ideas. Please let me know what you guys think we should add or how we should change any of these companies. We also might grow the franchise side of the business, but that's a whole operation. I'll talk about that on another video. But yeah, lesson over. Anything to add?
I quite enjoyed it, yeah. This is a good idea, we need to do this.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Yeah,
and I want to do it.
From my side, that'd make life.
Because we could actually supply ourselves, but then also supply other builders. And I think there's a trick missing that you could do that utilising social media. But we'll talk about that in another video. Lesson done. I'm pretty tipsy now, honestly. I'm a lightweight, probably because I'm quite a small man. Not sure if you've noticed that. You remember a few weeks ago, we started doing a plumbing and underfloor heating installation across a full job. We had to stand down though because the customer had loads of issues with building control. We gave them a price to sort out the remedial works. However, they went elsewhere, which is fine, and got it done themselves. There's a few bits we had to sort. See you later, guys. There's a few bits we've had to sort. However, we're back in now, and the boys are cracking on. We need to hurry up because we've got to screed this on Monday, which we'll bring to you in Wednesday's episode. Oh, by the way, I hope you like that lesson there. I hope it's not too boring. I really want to vary up the content because I know that some of you guys love the business side, and I know some of you guys love the actual on-site building side. I'm seeing these episodes as a little bit of a sort of top gear of construction business. I don't know. I'm just having fun making them. Anyway, enough of that. Let's have a look at that job. A few weeks ago, I did a little thing where I said, which episode did KTM do the worm? And I think there was 3 people, 1, 2, 3, guessed right, and I forgot to reveal. And I want to be a good YouTuber. I don't want to set up little competitions or something and forget. So the winner of this little draw here gets an EveryTrade t-shirt. This is like the old edition, it'd be a newer version. So, John, pick one quick. Pick one quick. One, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'll read it. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Cheers, John and Rob. At, oh God, the hardest one, John. At Alan Setterfield, QE3YE. That one there. Yeah, stop laughing, having fun. What do you think this is? Work. Yeah. Alan Setterfield, you have won an EveryTrade t-shirt. Get in touch, and if you can get in touch via our Instagram page, EveryTrade, we'll get it to you. I'm getting a bit tipsy, so we need to wrap this up quick. Alan, get in touch. Well done. You've got one of these. So that's it for another short but packed week at EveryTrade. Hope you liked that little lesson that I delivered before. I hope you've liked this varied content. I like getting out of the office, but I've not had a chance this week. But that's it. Click here to watch last week's episode. Click here and here to watch episodes you should have watched before. And click here to subscribe to our channel. See you on Wednesday. Have a good rest of the weekend, guys. Woo!
Because the rest of it's crap, so I'll just...